Sports.
All right. And there it is, my cliche intro. Shawn's here, so hi, Shawn.
What up, dude?
I didn't want to do the whole, I talk for a minute, and then it's like, oh, by the way, Shawn's here. So welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be back, dude.
In the studio, too. So we love it.
So fresh and so clean.
We're going to get right into it. There are some quarterback controversies. Well, one maybe not quite a controversy, but there is certainly something amiss in Dallas. And now you saw something on Twitter. I heard some rumblings. I've heard maybe a couple of clips here and there, some talking heads. It's mainly just people who need a quarterback pining for the Cowboys to go ahead and trade them Dak. But so I'm hearing some rumors that Cooper Rush might be the guy to start. Shawn, what have you seen? What are your thoughts?
I mean, that's what I've heard as well. I mean, since Dak went down, Cooper Rush has started 3 games. Bengals, Giants, Commanders, and they've won all 3. So, and they've also, the defense has been playing really good too in those games. So it's not just the offense. Like, the defense is, the 19 points that Brady put up on in week 1 is the most they've allowed since, which, cool stat, bro.
Real cool stat, bro. They've been killing it for my fantasy squad.
Yeah, dude. They've been playing really well. So, I've heard some talks that Cooper Rush could be the guy going forward, but then I've also heard with Dak's ready to go, so he may mess around start this week. But then I also read something about he can't even grip the football 100% yet. So, a lot of things that make you wonder what the hell's really going on out there in Dallas. But I will also say, performance aside, it's no secret that Jerry Jones was never a huge fan of Dak to begin with. He was super butthurt when he had to pay him that money. He was not. I forget exactly what he said, but I know he said something kind of fucked up to him, about how he overpaid him or something. I can't remember the exact verbatim wording that he used, but I know once after they signed the contract, there was something about him saying yeah, I definitely overpaid you or something along those lines. It's why would you fucking say that to your franchise quarterback who you just cut a huge ass check? Why would you even say that?
Because he's mad that Dak robbed Jerry of a chance to watch his real son Tony Romo have one last go round. He was mad that Dak played so well that Tony had no choice but to retire. He didn't want that. He wanted his real son, Tony Romo, to ride off into the sunset. And now he's still holding that grudge. And now it's Cooper Rush time. And I have heard the amusing little anecdotes, the comparisons to Drew Bledsoe and Tom Brady transition. See also Tommy Maddox and Ben Roethlisberger, where the big difference being, actually not. Were those week 1? Did Dak get hurt in week 1 this year? It was week 1, wasn't it? Yeah. So week 1, the starter comes down, and now the big difference being Cooper Rush is not a rookie. He's been on the practice squad for a minute.
Yeah. How old is that dude?
I'll have to look that up. I want to say he's 28. He's not the youngest guy out there, which is another factor here.
28.
28?
93, yeah.
Yeah, if he were a bit younger, then this gets even more interesting because at that point you could be looking at this. Because that's what happened with Dak, right? Was he 23 at the time when and it's okay, Tony's definitely on his way out as far as his career speaks, and Dak is a rookie out here. He's going to be the guy of the franchise. And you're looking at Cooper Rush. He's a 28-year-old who's had 3 good games. Who's to say he's not Nick Foles?
They're actually pretty much the same age. I mean, Dak just turned 29 in July.
Yeah, so
they're,
one more year, maybe?
Yeah.
It's not like you're sitting here, unless you're truly of the mindset that Dak's not our guy, and we need to sell high, while he still has value. We think he's about to have a steady decline, which I don't think is the case, because that's the other part. As much as you mentioned it before, Jerry has always had a problem, or maybe hasn't been as supportive of Dak, but here he is. He's been the one guy saying, oh, Dak's coming back, Dak's coming back. Yeah. He's going to be back faster than you think. Although, like all of us, he originally reported 6 to 8 weeks. Jerry was the first one. I think why so many of us wrote it off was because it was Jerry Jones saying, oh, he could be back in 4 weeks. He could be back in 5 weeks. We're not putting him on IR. And we're like, okay, Jerry, like, here you go again, pal. But the stitches are out. Now, if he can't grip a football, some of me is wondering if this isn't just a little bit of strategy here.
Some smoke screen.
Yeah, like if why not for the next 3 weeks, let's make teams game plan for Cooper and Dak. Because that's what I would do, isn't that? Would you be doing that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's actually pretty smart for real. But, I don't know, man. And it's just the whole, like, would you trade Dak? I mean, if you were in that position, would you trade him?
That was going to be my next question to you. Like, let's see, would we do it? Who would you move on from? Because I'm of the opinion.
You think teams are going to really want Dak with his injury history as the last few years? Like, he gets hurt every year now.
What's the price point for a guy like Dak? Is it going to, I don't think he's getting, is he getting a Matt Stafford kind of return? I don't think so. What is he getting? A Russell Wilson-esque return? I don't think he's going to draw a Baker Mayfield or Carson Wentz sort of market share. I think he's going to be a little more valuable than that.
I mean, he signed a 4-year, $160 million contract back in March, and it's up to $164 through incentives.
Yeah.
So, and it's $126 million guaranteed.
And in that, if that's the case, how do you what's the proper return value for Dak, and are you going to get it? Who's somebody going to give you a second?
I don't see anybody want to pay him that though.
And to give up at least some second and third round picks, you're not getting him for nothing, and that's why I think it's Cooper Rush that has the potential trade value. Although, again. But wait, there's more. There's this thing. There's like a million hooks in this thing. It's like some weird, Viking thing from the Northmen or whatever, which just got a million hooks hanging this bad boy up. Because what about Dak's injury history? Yes, you have an asset with Cooper Rush, but he's kind of probably his best value to you is just as your backup quarterback. Because, clearly you've needed it and you've won those games with him in. So I would just be very happy about my abundance of riches currently, knowing that Cooper Rush is going to probably be the next in a long line. Nick Foles, Matt Flynn, David Cobb.
Yeah.
Right? Was that even his first name? I can't even remember if that was his right first name. But you get what I'm saying. Mike Glennon.
Yeah.
How many times have we seen a guy make $8 to $20 million on a 2-year deal off of a 3 or 4 stretch of games?
Yeah.
Brock Osweiler got some money, didn't he?
When Chicago paid Mike Glennon all that money to go. Oh my God, it's so gross.
It's almost always Chicago. Yes, that's the thing.
God.
Cooper Rush is going to be playing in Chicago next year when they give up on the Justin Field experiment. And he's going to get overpaid, and he's going to wind up back in Dallas as a backup as a 32-year-old. That's my opinion on the matter. But if you could find, if Dak comes back and someone else suffers an injury in the AFC and you have an opportunity to fleece somebody and say, yeah, I'll take a 3rd-round pick for Cooper Rush, do it. This guy's been on your practice squad all them years.
Bro, your boys might be in the market, bro. Colts, like I say.
Don't let my coworkers hear you say that, man. I am like...